All right, let's dive in. Today, we are going deep behind the scenes of the energy industry to look at something that's absolutely essential, but, well, it's often totally overlooked: cleaning. But forget about soap and water. We are talking about the really high stakes, industrial strength stuff that keeps the world's most powerful machines running perfectly. So that brings us to the big question, right? When you're dealing with these massive, complex pieces of industrial equipment, how in the world do you clean the kind of grime that's tougher than anything you've ever seen? We're talking about this baked-on, caked-on gunk that would literally laugh at your everyday household cleaners. The main bad guy here, the opponent, is something called a hydrocarbon contaminant. Just picture the most stubborn, oily, greasy stuff left over from heavy industrial processes. The big problem is, these materials and water, they just don't mix. It's like oil and vinegar. And that makes them incredibly difficult to get rid of with any kind of standard water-based cleaner. Okay, so if water is off the table, what's the solution? Well, the answer is solvents. And the science behind how they work is, believe it or not, surprisingly simple. It really all just comes down to some basic chemistry. First off, let's define our terms. What is solvent cleaning? Simply put, it's using a specific chemical, the solvent, to literally dissolve and lift away all that unwanted material. So instead of trying to scrub it off or create some kind of chemical reaction, the solvent just breaks it down on a molecular level. And the magic principle that makes this all happen is like dissolves like. It's a fundamental rule in chemistry. You've seen it a million times, right? Oil and water don't mix because their molecules are just too different. Well, the same logic applies here. An oil-based solvent will have no problem dissolving oil-based grime. The solvent's molecules just kind of swarm the grime particles and lift them right off the surface. And that really shows you the key difference in strategy. Water-based or aqueous cleaners have to rely on chemical reactions to break the grime down. Solvents, on the other hand, just dissolve it directly. For those really tough, oily messes, dissolving isn't just more effective, it's usually way faster and a whole lot more thorough. But of course, not all solvents are the same. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation. The industry has a whole toolkit of different options, and choosing the right tool for the job is absolutely critical. So let's take a look at how that toolkit has changed over the years. For decades, the industry really depended on what we can call the old guard. These were the heavy hitters, super powerful, super effective solvents like mineral spirits and kerosene. I mean, these were the workhorses of industrial cleaning. They could cut through pretty much anything. But as we learned over time, all that power came with some pretty significant downsides. And that's what led to the development of the new wave. Driven by major safety and environmental concerns, innovation has created some incredible new alternatives. We now have things like bio-based solvents made from renewable sources, supercritical CO2, which is fascinating, and these highly specialized formulas designed for very, very specific jobs. And this chart lays out the trade-offs really clearly. The traditional solvents, super powerful for sure, but they often came with much higher health risks and a bigger environmental footprint, releasing what are called volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, which are basically harmful air pollutants. The modern alternatives, though, are designed to be just as effective, but with a way better safety and environmental profile. It's a huge step forward. But look, choosing the right solvent is only half the battle. How you actually apply it is just as important. You can dunk parts in it, you can spray them, you can wipe them down, but one of the coolest and most effective techniques is something called vapor degreasing. This process is it's incredibly elegant. So first, you heat the solvent until it creates this thick vapor. Then you lower the cooler parts you need to clean right into that vapor zone. And instantly, that hot vapor condenses all over the cooler surface, washing it with pure, clean solvent that just dissolves all the gunk away. When you lift the part out, it's perfectly clean and dries almost instantly. It's a brilliant method for cleaning really complex parts with all those hard-to-reach nooks and crannies. Now, as you can probably guess, working with these kinds of powerful chemicals, it's not a free-for-all. This is a heavily regulated field, and it comes with a huge amount of responsibility. It really is about cleaning with a conscience. So why are there so many strict rules? The answer is simple, but it's also incredibly important. It's all about protecting the workers who handle these chemicals every day, protecting the public and the communities near these facilities, and protecting the environment that we all share. Those three pillars are the foundation of doing this responsibly, because the stakes are just way too high to get it wrong. So these regulations tend to focus on a few key areas. There's been a global push to phase out chemicals that damage the ozone layer. There are really strict controls on those VOC emissions we talked about to protect our air quality. And there are very rigorous rules for how to handle and dispose of any used solvent waste. And on top of all that, companies are now driven by their own sustainability goals to go out and find even greener solutions. And this commitment to following the rules is a huge industry priority. You see, companies in this space have to make it a core part of their mission to stay on top of all these changing requirements. They have to make sure every single job is not just done well, but done in a way that's totally compliant and responsible. So let's pull all these pieces together. How do you actually put it all into practice? How do you achieve that goal of being smarter, safer, and cleaner when it comes to industrial cleaning? Well, it really boils down to a checklist of best practices. It all starts with choosing the absolute perfect solvent for the specific type of gunk you're trying to remove. Then you pick the right way to apply it, like vapor degreasing for those tricky parts. You have to make sure you have tons of ventilation, that every worker is using the proper personal protective equipment, or PPE, and finally, that all the waste is managed responsibly from start to finish. When you follow all those best practices, you get to the ultimate goal, which is actually pretty simple: achieving maximum cleaning power with the absolute minimum risk to people and to the planet. It's all about finding that perfect balance between performance and responsibility. And that leaves us with one final thought. We've seen the technology and the chemistry evolve from hazardous chemicals to much smarter, safer alternatives. So as our industries keep getting cleaner and more sustainable, how will our very definition of the word clean continue to change? It seems like it's no longer just about getting a surface spotless. It's about having a clean process from beginning to end. Thanks for tuning in.